kind of similar to League of Legends, where you can FF at 15. Will there be a surrender button in the game?
I'm going to take this one because I get to say some good news. There will be, but not immediately at launch.
Not fair.
Will be, but not immediately at launch, but it will be soon after launch. We're going to have a surrender feature that's going to be
very soon after launch. Yeah.
But there's actually two problems there that I want to cover. One is that AFK punishments, we've actually gotten a lot more severe on AFK punishments. So we've seen a lot less AFKers, actually, which is really awesome in terms of overall play data. But we want to make sure if that actually happens inside of a game, that somebody, that a team can sort of take agency of that situation and be able to figure out if they want to play out the rest of the match. So we are definitely looking into delivering that soon after launch.
Awesome.
Very large and extensive patch notes will be coming out at the launch of the game.
Very long patch notes.
Yeah, they'll be coming out in a few hours, actually, like in advance. Yeah, like right ahead of the Korea Asian Pacific launch. So yeah, they're coming. Everyone will be studying all day.
I know, just reading text. There's lots.
Pro players say they want a solo/duo queue and a leaderboard system. So obviously, this leads into the conversation of ranked. Ranked won't be up on launch. Will there be major changes to ranked when it comes out? Will we get the leaderboard? Will we get the solo/duo queue? Please tell us about ranked.
Oh man, I feel like I'm thrown in the controversy pit. Let's see. We will not have solo duo queue, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we're going into it. And then what was the last? Leaderboards. Leaderboards we are currently looking into. We don't know if they'll be ready immediately at launch, but it is something we want to support. The idea of at least the problem set of how do we make it more granular at the top? Because I think really it boils down to once you get into Valorant, you want to know that there's sort of like some sort of like way you chase the ladder at the Valorant level to understand where you sit on it. Or now that it's not called Valorant anymore, that level based on the level of coordination that they see on the other side of the team. So what we don't want to do, ultimately, is we don't want to make it bad for people to play together. And not making it bad for people to play together, making it good for people to play solo can make it really bad for people to play together. And I'll give you an example why. Let's say X percentage of your queue ends up sitting inside of like solo queue, and you have like 80% inside of solo queue, then you end up with this 20% of group of people who are no longer incentivized to play together in flex or even in fives because of the fact that their queue times get super long and their queue experience gets really bad because the match health gets really bad because there's not enough people there. What we want to do is find a way that everyone, both solos and duos, feel like it's a fair system, as well as fives, when they're inside of one space. And so we're looking at things like ensuring more on the level of groups get matched against groups, that we have a lot more of those going on. So give us some breathing room. We really want to make sure that
one Valorant agent from the game, who would it be? Can anyone guess who do you think was the number one pick there from the pros? If they delete one character.
I already know the answer. Yeah.
It was not Sage. Sage was actually second. Sage came in at 19%. Can anyone guess the number one?
Chad is saying Raze.
The chat is smarter than you guys because Raze was by far the number one character, the agent that the pros want out of the game the most. 39% of the pros said Raze needs to get out. Talked about it at length. Will there be a battle pass on launch? Can you talk a little bit about the battle pass with the episode 1 of Ignition?
Yeah, there will definitely be a battle pass. And I think, I don't know, the battle pass was one of those things that I think we knew we wanted to do. I think we started working on it. I don't want to say late. We didn't start working on it late, but we just like its evolution went right up until the end, like right up until the very last second. The content being developed for it, the concept behind it, how we were going to present it, all of those things were like coming in right up to the edge. And we were in a team meeting last week on Friday, and the producer of the battle pass and the content in the battle pass, like she walked us through the entire thing, and we were all just like, whoa, like players are going to love this. And I think we always wanted to create something in our battle pass that would provide players with a ton of content that they could earn, that would really reward for them for their time.
How much will the battle pass be when the game launches, Anna? Please tell us what we can spend on this battle pass to get all this amazing features in the game.
I feel like I know, and then I feel like I'm going to say it, and then someone's going to slack me with like what are you talking about, lady? It's It's 1,000 Valorant points. Yes, Joe, 1,000. Is that right?
I should probably confirm that though.
We should probably $10 is what I'm hearing. Yes, $10 entry fee into the battle pass. Also, like the free pass as well. If you just want the free experience through it. But yeah, $10 to get into the battle pass.
Not bad. So exclusive weapon skins, all that coming with the battle pass. Talking a little about the weapon skins. I know we've talked about this a little bit before. That the store when the game launches is going to be entirely different than the beta in terms of what's being offered. They're not going to be any of the beta skins
interesting
in the
mechanics
game
on it though, which have to do with opening and closing and cutting off paths. And you'll see that things come live. I won't talk about all the specifics of how that works right now, but you'll see that there are mechanics that actually have to do with closing off certain secondary paths onto the actual sites, the bomb sites. And so it'll be fun to see how people utilize it.
The act of Vanguard disconnections where you're going to boot it out of the game and you have to either reboot your computer or reboot the game to get back into the ongoing match, or FPS drops, which a lot of people were talking about how they've been experiencing FPS drops. Well, I know we've talked about this before. Will there be fixes to those issues for launch coming out today and tomorrow around the world?
So let's talk about the FPS drops first. We've actually done a lot of work on the performance side. We should actually be seeing a lot of performance gain back, which is great. We're not completely done yet because we want to continue to improve combat performance, which can have not like major drops, but some drops as it goes along the way. And we're going to continue to actually improve those in the following few patches to go after. Basically, we want to be absolutely silky smooth, and right now it might be a little bit of a wave, And so we're going to make that happen over the course.
But I think
baseline performance is going up way majorly. Basically, our goal for creating this new game mode was really the idea of you go through these long, stressful sessions. What do you play in between if you just need to cool off? Let's say you had a really bad game and you want to cool off and you just want to have a fun social experience with a few friends, pull them in, have a quick experience just so you can actually chill a little bit. That's sort of what we actually focused on. We didn't want to make it too different from what the core game is like. And so it takes some of those concepts but twists them a little bit in terms of actually adds a few different things and shortens the game length a lot. So really the goal of that game mode is just go in, try some new stuff out, have a little bit of fun, see what you get out of it, and then kind of go forward that way. I know both Anna and I have played it. I know Anna really enjoyed it last time she played it. She didn't enjoy it the first time she played it. I'll say it that way.
I did not. You are sharing personal information. Yes, I did not enjoy it the first time I played it. We did make some changes. The last time I played it, I very, very much enjoyed it.
Exactly. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of people sort of just jump into it for a more fun social time.
What would you say the average game time is for this new game mode?
It's like 8 to 12 minutes, like somewhere between 8 and 12. Yeah.
Can we get the title? Can we get the title of the game mode? You don't tell us all about it, but is there a title that you can give us?
Yeah, sure. For theory crafting, it's called Spike Rush.
Oh, okay. So that's been rumored that Spike Rush might be the name, but we can confirm it here on the Valorant, the ESPN exclusive at the ESPN.
Exclusive. You got game
Spike
dynamics, game
mechanics,
game mechanics. Game mechanics. Yeah, you got game mechanics and Spike Rush.
We can also confirm that the battle pass is $10.
Yeah, look, breaking news.
Another exclusive here on the 12-hour ESPN Valorant kickoff. Your Reyna main. I'm gonna play Reyna. I'm gonna destroy these nerds in these low ranks. I'm a king or queen of Reyna. What kind of tips would you give one of these these lowly chat players who want to go into the game and stomp on Reyna? What tips do you have for these future Reyna mains?
I think honestly, the way you approach Reyna is similar to the way you'd approach Jet, I'd say, is that you can't just run into a group of 5 and expect to win. You definitely have to bait them into the traps that you're going to be setting for them. And I think you have to really be thinking about how do I divide and conquer more than anything else. Dividing and conquering is probably the biggest thing that she does, or that you can do well with her if you're really good at it. So instead of taking on 2 groups of 2 at a time or one, just try to split them up as much as possible through clever baiting, through dividing the space up as much as you can, and then you'll see your power continuously increase as you go along. So,
I'd say later in the game's life that I'd say like Korea and like China would be serious competitors, but right now I think NA and like EU players, especially coming from CS and like knowing that style of game, we definitely have like an advantage for a bit.
They want to know what other countries are coming. You don't have to tell us the agents. You don't have to tell us anything about them. But can you give us a little tease of what other countries might getting some agent love coming on in the coming months or years? I mean, come on. I mean, this is the kickoff special. We've had so many exclusive. Can you give us a country or two of an agent that you guys are working on?
No. No.
But what I can say is that, generally speaking, I mean, like, we are trying to cover the globe, and so we're going to be going to places that you haven't seen already. So new countries you haven't seen already is probably a pretty safe bet.
So we're not going to have like 20 American agents. No more American agents, essentially.
I mean, maybe 40 years from now. But not in the short term, no.
All right, so we get Viper and Brimstone. That's all we're going to get for a very long time. All right, Viper's cool. Brimstone, I can take or leave him, but
Oh, Brimstone's awesome. I love Brimstone.
Have you seen him dance?